What's up, guys? This is Yungavelle here. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm gonna get to the point. Stop edging. Stop rationalizing it in your head. We've all been there if you've been on the NOFAP journey for even as little as 7 days. Any amount of time where you start to feel that pullback, your brain is gonna start to rationalize where you're gonna think, oh, a peak won't hurt. I deserve it. Even when you get further along, 30 days or whatever the case may be, I deserve it. Let me just take a peek. Let me scroll. Let me see. Stop it, because you're shooting yourself in the foot. Because what's happening is your brain chemistry is not changing. Your brain is still in the same patterns of firing. The neurochemistry is not changing. So you have to stop. You have to give your brain a long enough time for it to detox and for new connections to form. So if you're constantly going back and forth of, let me just look, let me edge, your dopamine threshold is not changing. You're still getting those shots of dopamine, and oftentimes it's more detrimental because you might do it for hours at a time, and this is why the next day you'll get headaches. You get headaches after long streaks when you edge again, because you've done the work essentially of changing your brain chemistry for the better, and then you shoot yourself in the foot by giving yourself a large dopamine rush in your brain for a long period of time, and it's too much for your brain at one point in time, at one time, after doing all that work to have new neural connections. That's why you get the headache. So you need to stop, because I know you think that you are rationalizing it. I know you think that you deserve, or that it won't hurt. But trust me, you're almost negating your progress, you know? Don't go back, because there are many times where you'll get to that point where you're edging and you start questioning, like, why am I even doing this in the first place? And that's your brain. You got to be careful, because you're giving that part of yourself the time of day, so it's going to grow. And it's going to grow to the point where it's almost going to overwhelm you. And this is why people relapse. People relapse on long streaks, hundreds of days of putting the work in. But they let that edging creep in. Next thing you know, day one, done. All that progress gone. So we're talking about brain chemistry. This is a brain chemistry thing. You have to outlast these urges. You have to outlast these urges. Because the longer you go, the better your brain chemistry will be. And your brain chemistry is going to be geared towards long-term gratification, which in life is going to yield you the greatest success. So you can be on a 1,000-day streak, and if you're edging all the time, your brain is still going to be wired towards instant gratification. So your lifestyle is probably not going to change that much. Your opportunities are probably not going to change that much. So you see how this is all linked and connected? This is why you have to stay on the path. This is why you have to not even let a little bit of that shit creep in. You got to nip it in the butt right when it happens. So I made this video for whoever needs to hear it, because I know this is something that comes up on this journey, and it's something that could trip you up when you're right at the quote-unquote finish line, even though we really don't have no finish line here, because we're talking about self-development, and that's a journey. We always trying to be better, you know. We always trying to be better. So that's just one thing that you got to look out for and not do. So don't edge. So continue to stay strong on the path, and continue to progress, be productive in whatever ways whatever ways you feel, whatever ways are natural to you. Get out of your comfort zone, keep moving forward, and until next time, like I always say, a greater perspective will lead to a greater connection. Peace.